you've had the big breakthrough. Congrats. The meditation that made you cry, the journal entry that connected with your soul, the moment that finally everything clicked, the conversation that suddenly everything became clear. And for a few hours and maybe for a few days, you feel like a completely different person. Then let's say Tuesday hits. The inbox, kids, acne, food, the same conversations with the same people, the mundane, and slowly, quietly, you slip right back into your old version of yourself. That version that you were trying to leave behind. Sound familiar? And the thing is, the breakthrough was real. You felt it, you knew it, you declared it. The clarity was real. You were in that real moment. So I want you to really notice that you were in it. So it's good. It's good. But the problem was never the insight. It was actually what happened after. This is actually a key lesson here, just so you all know. It's a very key lesson. So the problem, like I mentioned, was never what happened, but what happened afterwards. And today I'm going to show you the 3 reasons why your identity work is fading and how to actually land it, how to make this stuff permanent. So, the real reason it fades. Most identity work is in the mind. Everything is about mindset. And I want to be really clear that what I mean by that, because the mind is important, but you read the book, you write the affirmations, you learn, you visualize, you do the EFT. It's a lot of cerebral, I can never say that word, a lot of things in the head. It's very mindful. It's definitely in the front of the head. So, the version of you that has the business, the relationships, the freedom, the life that you so desire, the confidence you see so clearly, your mind gets it. She gets it. Your mind is fully on board. I don't doubt that if you're watching this video that your mindset is key. But we've got to get the body connected. Your body has no idea what just happened and you need to get it online. And so your body, your blueprint, your nervous system is still running on the old program. So just actually right now, relax the belly and take an exhale and tell yourself, it's safe for me to want more. It's safe for me to be different. It's safe for me to evolve. Good, good, good. So the old programs are things like be careful, don't take too much space, don't be visible. Who do you think you are? Stay small and stay safe, stay familiar. So what happens is this beautiful insight, this beautiful breakthrough that you had on Sunday, and then by, let's say, Tuesday, Wednesday, your body has pulled you back into your baseline because your nervous system treats that new identity as a threat. Take that in. Your nervous system takes that identity as a threat. The one that feels safe, the old one is known. There is a philosopher named Neville Goddard who said something that changed everything for me. He said the concept of yourself, the way you see yourself, feel yourself, know yourself, that determines your entire experience of life. And he also said that an assumption, even if it feels false at first, if you persist in it, it will harden into facts. And you want to harden these into fact. That's the part most people miss, the hardening part, the persistence, the part where the new identity stops becoming something you're trying on and starts becoming something your body recognizes as home. So most identity work gives you that flash in the pan, that glimpse, that moment of clarity. Almost none of it gives you the structure to make it stay. And we want it to stay. We want it to anchor. And like I said, it's in the body. And I'm going to tell you the 3 layers that lock it in. You ready for it? So let's talk about what makes an identity shift actually permanent. Because I've worked with hundreds of women on this, and the pattern is always the same. 3 layers every single time. So let's dive in. Layer 1 is your self concept. This is the inner narrative. The stories you tell yourself, how you see yourself, what you look, and when you look in the mirror, what do you see? What's possible for you? Most women I work with already have this part landed. They know who they are. They know who they're becoming. They are that bad bee. They can see her. They can feel her. They can describe her life in every single detail. The vision has never been the problem, right? Especially if you're watching this. But the gap is in the next two layers. And these are the ones that you are going to have to experiment, and I'm going to give you some things and tools and resources, but you need to find what works for you. So, layer two, the nervous system. Your body has to feel safe as the new version of you. So, I'll give you an example. I always had very short hair growing up as a little girl, short hair. And my mom cut it and she just kept cutting it. And then, when I got older, I was like, okay, I need to stop cutting my hair short. I'm tired of this hair being short. And for me to get my hair long, 'cause when I mean short, like it was at my shoulders, it would constantly be a fight. I would be bleaching it, dyeing it, it would be falling out. It just wouldn't be healthy to the point that it needed to grow past even my shoulders. And I remember a girlfriend that she's no longer a friend, but she was a girlfriend. And she was saying, like, you always have short hair. That's just who you are. You always have the bob or the short, whatever, the long bob. And I remember one day thinking, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want to grow my hair long. I see myself as a woman that has long hair. I feel safe in having long hair. There was some correlation around me not feeling safe around having and giving myself permission to want to have long hair. So then when I moved to Austin, I started to get really clear on like my hair care. And I'm playing with my hair now. But I started to get really clear with my hair care and really clear with like, okay, I'm no longer dyeing it. I want it to have this type of nutrients. I want it to feel like this. And I started to grow my hair long. And then when I go back to California to see my friends, they're like, wow, your hair's so long. Oh my God, you have this gorgeous, luscious, beautiful hair. And it's because I had to become the woman that could hold the long, gorgeous, luscious hair. I saw myself for so long. My self-concept was this girl that had the bob, that had the damaged hair, that had the frizzy hair. And it wasn't until I had to really look in and be like, okay, actually, I want really gorgeous, beautiful hair. So that's just a quick little story. So like I said, your body has to feel safe. I had to feel safe to have the hair because right now, every time you expand, every time you step into that next level, your nervous system does a little scan. It's like, can we do this? And it goes, wait, this is unfamiliar. Unfamiliar feels dangerous. Pull back, pull back, pull back. And that's the fade. That's why you felt incredible on Sunday. And by Wednesday or Tuesday, you're starting to feel completely drained and defeated. Your mind was ready, but your body wasn't. So the identity shifts have to land in the body through breath, through movement, through practice, through daily micro movements where your nervous system gets to rehearse this new frequency. Okay. It gets to rehearse it until it stops feeling foreign and starts feeling obvious, like duh. Like remembering something you already know. Gotta take a water break. Layer two, the room. And this is the thing that very few people talk about, but I'm going to share with you. You could do all the inner work, the self-concept, the regulation, and then you walk into the same room, the same relationships, the same conversations, the same people who still see the old version of you. And it pulls you back because identity is social. We don't just become ourselves in isolation. We become ourselves inside environments. And if every room you're in still expects you to be the small version of yourself, your expansion has nowhere to land. This is so true for me, especially having a big Latino family. I love them and they love me, but sometimes, it can feel like they see you only as one way. And then you're like, I've evolved, I've changed, I'm no longer that person. I loved who I was in that moment, or maybe I didn't love who I was in that moment, but I'm not that person anymore. And if the rooms constantly try to echo that, then you're not going to grow. So think about it. You're the one that everyone comes to. You're the big fish in every room that you walk in. And that sounds like a compliment, but it's actually a ceiling. Because when you are the biggest in the room, there is no one pulling you forward. There's no mirror reflecting your next level to you. There's no room, environment where your ambition feels normal. Oof, that's a big one. That one is a big one for me. That's why I've had to do these coaching programs and learn and immerse myself and go to retreats and really do the things I needed to do so I could be in these big rooms. The identity fades because it has nowhere to live outside of your own head. So what stabilization actually looks like? I'll tell you what happens when all 3 layers click. Because I quantum leaped when I moved to Austin. When we moved to Austin, I changed my environment. I changed my self-concept. I got really clear with my body and my nervous system and everything. The shifts. And so I want this for you. I want this for you. The thing is, the shifts need to stop being dramatic. That's the first sign. They need to feel normal. There's no big epiphany followed by a crash on Friday. And instead, the woman just starts making different decisions, starts moving a different way, quietly and naturally. That is so, oh my God, I just gave myself a breakthrough. I have a situation right now where I could go back and do the normal things, the old identity. And with this particular issue, I am actually going to embrace it in a new way and just like give loving energy and let it go. She says no instantly to the things that would have antagonized her in the past for like a week. She walks into a meeting, she takes up space. She stops explaining herself to people who are never going to get her anyway. And the wildest part, it doesn't feel like bravery anymore. It doesn't feel like you're being courageous. It just feels like being you, like her. And that's the real measurement. The identity stops being aspirational and it starts being natural. Neville Goddard talks about this constantly. He says realization becomes possible when the desired state feels natural, when it stops feeling like you're reaching and it starts feeling like you're remembering. So the woman who used to spiral about a decision for 3 days, she trusts herself in the moment now. That boundary that used to require a pep talk, she holds it without even thinking. The identity hardens into facts. And this happens because she stopped trying to think her way into her new identity. And she started letting her body, her environment, and her daily life catch up to what she already knew was true and what felt natural. So if you've been watching this and thinking, okay, I've had the breakthrough, I've done the journaling, I've read the books, I've gone to the seminars, I've done the affirmations, but I'm still sliding back, I want you to hear me. You don't need anything else. You don't need another insight. You need structure that lets your identity already see and actually stabilize in your body and in your daily life and create daily micro actions that stabilize it. And that's exactly what I did in the Luxe identity shift. It's a 10-day guided identity recalibration, self-concept work, nervous system regulation, embodiment tools, meditations, identity prompts. The whole thing is designed to give you a flash of clarity you already have and make it your baseline and for you to learn your new normal. It's affordable down below, lifetime access. See the link in the description. And if you're the woman who already knows the deeper truth, that the real shifts you need is the room that your growth has stalled because of the environment you're in, I get it. And others can't hold you to the scale that you know that you're building. Embody Society exists for you. So there are opportunities to work with me one on one. You can just message me on Instagram. I'll leave my link down below. I'll see you on the next one.